Gains momentum with new support, and Neosho celebrates a 30,000 square foot investment in agricultural education. KOIM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the Oklahoma Municipal League throws its support behind the city of Miami in the ongoing battle with the GRDA. Plus, the city of Joplin recognizes historic preservation during an awards ceremony this evening. And the future of agricultural education in Neosho takes shape as a new 30,000 square foot center officially opens.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Miami, Oklahoma gets a major backing in its ongoing battle with the Grand River Dam Authority. This is KOIM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Continuous flooding in Miami has become the norm, an issue the city blames on the GRDA. City leaders claim the GRDA prioritizes profit over safety by maintaining elevated lake levels at Grand Lake. They say those levels have led to repeated flooding, destroying homes and businesses, stunting economic growth, and endangering lives. The GRDA manages Grand Lake and the Pensacola Dam. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission recently ruled the GRDA was in violation of its operational license, a license it's been running on since 1992, and it's due for renewal at the end of this month. The Oklahoma Municipal League is now backing the city of Miami and wants to hold the GRDA accountable. In a letter to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the league urges the FERC to impose limitations and requirements regarding the relicensure and operations of the Pensacola Dam. Miami Mayor Bless Parker shared a copy of the letter on Facebook, thanking the league for its support of Miami and its citizens. Miami residents gathered this evening for a joint special meeting to discuss electric utility rates and community fiber upgrades. The presentation broke down how rate changes could impact household bills now and in the future.
Utility costs are going up all over the country. That's an unfortunate but inevitable fact of life. And so the well-managed utility has to balance its needs to get additional revenue with the strain it puts on its customers. So all it's asking its ratepayers to do is pay the city what it is costing the city to provide that service to them.
City officials also outlined current internet services and potential expansions through the Community Fiber Project. A local effort to recognize Joplin's rich history takes center stage during the 2025 Historic Preservation Awards. The Frisco Station Lofts hosted today's ceremony, where community members gathered to celebrate people working to preserve the city's past. The city's Historic Preservation Commission honored individuals and groups who made a lasting impact through restoration, community outreach, and historic revitalization.
That's where you get to see a building being preserved that has maybe been a little run down. That's the building or the house that you maybe walked by when you were a kid and that you have memories of with your family. So that's really the history that's most personal to us in our everyday lives, and that's why we like to celebrate that.
3 awards were presented, each highlighting a unique area of preservation work. The Leslie Simpson Award, the Jeff and Carolina Neal Award, and the Murfreesburg Award. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, at least we got to dry out just a bit for us today, but more rain rolling back in later on tonight. Look at our rain chances spiking. Here's 4 a.m., 6 a.m., 8 a.m., and then start to taper off once we get into the afternoon hours. We do still have flood warnings out there, so we really need a nice little break. We are going to get a break once we get into the weekend and then also early next week. But showers, thunderstorms building. Southwestern Kansas, panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. We're not going to get the super heavy rain like we've seen this week, but we are going to get some showers, some thunderstorms in here. Could be a little loud later on tonight, especially Joplin South. Here's 5:30 in the morning. Periods of showers and thunderstorms a little bit heavier once you get down toward Bentonville and Rogers, but showers and thunderstorms to start the day on Friday and then slowly tapering off as we go through the day. We're going to look at the weekend, all coming up here in a bit.
Big celebration. The ribbon is cut on the newest facility for the Neosho School District. Funded through a 2023 no-levy bond issue, the new facility will serve 7th through 12th grade agriculture students. KOAM's Anthony Saviello attended today's ribbon cutting and tells us more about how teachers and students feel to finally reach this moment.
30,000. That's the number of square feet within this new facility.
Just to have the space and the tools to do that. I have a bigger greenhouse now, and so just the space for more kids to be involved and be a part of it.
400. That's the number of students that will walk through its doors each day.
Ag Education FFA is I feel like a perfect combination of things. The classroom learning, the leadership development, and then the community service that we do as kids latch on to that.
1. The number of seniors who serve as the FFA president who get to see a dream become reality.
When going to the fairs and everything, I was just that little girl because I was against so many people that have done it forever because they grew up in that background. And so I would tell myself to keep going because failure is okay, because here I am today speaking in front of everyone. I've had so many experiences and journeys and opportunities, and I'm super thankful, and I would tell you to take that chance because as I reflect now, the time in the Blue Jacket is very short. It may seem like 4 years a long time. It is not.
The work of Emma Butler and her fellow students didn't go unnoticed by their teachers.
The students at Neosho are just great students that are willing to learn and jump in and do the right thing. And so with them and then a great team of teachers and supportive administration and school board, it's just a perfect combination of things to get where we're at today.
No horsing around. It took work.
I attended schools, held posters up on the voting day to vote yes. I went and talked at public events, try to inspire the people to see how important it is to be able to have this and do this. And so I just kind of look back, and I'm super thankful for that opportunity. It's not only helped me grow as a person, but to see how much it takes to get the community involved and see what it's like. And so that's really important to me, something I'll use for the rest of my life, all that skill.
Work that's led to a special moment. In Neosho, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Neosho students will begin using that facility in the fall. A centuries-old tradition comes to life in Joplin classrooms as Catholic students conduct their own papal conclave, That's coming up. But up first, it's a match made in med school as two Joplin students look to stitch together a perfect, happy ending. Hey, the national deadline to get your real ID is coming real soon, like next week. Starting May 7th, if you don't have a real ID, you might not be able to access certain government buildings, or maybe even fly in some cases. According to the Missouri Department of Revenue, only 49% of drivers in the state have real ID. In April, Arkansas and Oklahoma were also still below 50%. By comparison, 85% of Kansas residents have their real IDs. In some states, it's at or near 100%. Depending on how you plan to travel, you might want to get yours.
So it's taken this long till 2025 because all 50 states had to pass legislation to implement the law. Now, Missouri didn't implement it till 2017, and like I said, they did the hybrid that you don't have to get it or you can get it.
The Missouri Department of Revenue says it takes 7 to 10 days to get a real ID. They recommend starting that process as soon as possible if you do plan to catch a flight anytime soon. Students at Northeast Tech's Afton campus got a powerful lesson today on the dangers of distracted and impaired driving. 2 mock crash drills, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, played out like real emergencies, complete with first responders, air evac, and Oklahoma Highway Patrol on the scene. The simulation gave students a first-hand look at just how quickly a bad decision can turn tragic. After the crash, students visited safety booths and heard from officers and emergency workers about the reality they see every day.
I hope they take away that it's not just possibly the actions of themselves, but as a driver, as a new driver especially, you have to look out for all the other cars on the road as well.
This crash simulation event was meant to drive home a simple message: stay alert, stay sober, and stay alive behind the wheel. Joplin area Catholic schools hold a mock conclave. Students at St. Peter Middle School and McCauley Catholic High School experienced a closer look at the process for choosing a new pope. The kids spend a week exploring the conclave process, learning more about the top papal contenders and evaluating things like age, country of origin, years as a cardinal and roles of committees they've served on with the church. The project also served as a great way to instill an appreciation for the voting process.
That what they believe matters, and they need to be able to express what they believe matters, and to be able to know that voting is a super powerful thing that every man, every woman can do.
The initial vote was yesterday. The final voting process took place today, complete with the release of smoke to announce the news, as you saw. In case you're wondering, the students chose Germany's Cardinal Reinhard Marx to become the next pope. Match day is a really big day for medical students where they find out where they're going to start their residency programs. Two engaged medical students, engaged to each other, were lucky enough to match into the programs of their dreams just 50 minutes away from each other in Michigan. The pair came to KCU Joplin for an education and found even more. And the pair will embark on their journey to residency this July.
That close, that we were 50 minutes away. I mean, that's really hard to do, and we just got so lucky. I mean, you know, that there's that old saying of opportunity and hard work is where luck meets.
More than a happy ending, also a happy beginning as well. She matched into the ear, nose, throat specialty. He matched into orthopedic surgery. We wish him well. Doug returns next with a complete look at your forecast. And a little bit later, residents in one southwest Missouri city say too little, too late when it comes to storm cleanup.
Well, it turned out to be a nice Thursday for us today, and at least we didn't have to worry about severe weather or heavy amounts of rain rolling through for us today. Got some sunshine, temperatures mid to upper 70s across the region. But of course, we have more showers and thunderstorms out there. Building southwestern Kansas, southeastern Colorado, some severe weather down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and that batch will head toward us later on tonight. Now, the heaviest rain will stay south of the region, but still our southern half of the area is still going to get some pretty good showers and thunderstorms later on tonight. So it could be a little bit loud. Thunderstorms increasing Kansas, Oklahoma. Here's 5 o'clock in the morning. And then as we go to about 6 or 7 a.m., the heaviest will switch Missouri into Arkansas. But a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. I'm not expecting anything severe, but it could be a little bit loud to start your day. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, Missouri into Arkansas. Here's 10 a.m. And then most of the afternoon is going to be dry. We are going to have some isolated little thunderstorms pushing through, but the afternoon looking better than what we are going to see during the morning hours. How much rain are you going to get? Northern counties may not get a drop. Once you get south of Pittsburgh, Parsons, Lamar, that's where the rain picks up along and south of I-44. We're talking a quarter, maybe a half an inch across the region. Temperatures starting to slide back upper 60s to near 70 degrees, but we're only going to slide back into lower 60s tonight, so we really just don't fall off too much more as we go through the night. All right, let's go into your Friday evening. Clouds start to break. It gets kind of chilly behind the storm system, so look at Saturday morning. We're down into the mid 40s. Saturday is going to be a nice day, still kind of cool. Mid 60s. I mean, it's nice, but cool for the beginning of May. Saturday night looks good. Chilly again. We slide back into the mid 40s. And then as we go into Sunday, also looking pretty good. Day planner on your Friday. 57 in the morning, 64 by noon. High temp right around 70 degrees. Let's break down your weekend. 66 Saturday, 67 on Sunday. Of course, we're going to have those chilly nights, but hey, you can get outside, mow, do whatever you need to do. All right, let's go upstairs, upper level flow. So watch the system moving through tonight and tomorrow becomes a cutoff low. It's cut off from the main flow of the jet. We get a nice dome of high pressure in for the weekend, giving us great, really weekend weather. But because of this low, it blocks the pattern up, so it doesn't allow this big area of low pressure to work in. It's going to get close enough to us that we get showers and thunderstorms late Tuesday into Wednesday, but if it can stay far enough west, we won't have to worry about severe weather, but it may start to inch toward us as we get through the middle of next week. So really the bottom line here is we need to keep our eyes on them. 70 tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, 67 on Sunday. Great weekend. And then mainly 70s all next week with those chances for thunderstorms increasing especially Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Doug, thanks. The city of Springfield is going to be waiving brush fees and extending hours at its yard waste recycling centers following this week's damaging storms. But some in that community think it took too long to make that call. Reagan DeTrolio has that story.
We've got a lot of damage to clean up. It stresses me just thinking about how people are going to handle it.
Rhonda Tracy owns multiple rental houses in Springfield and says Tuesday's storms left tons of debris behind.
We do have help. We've got 2 sons that'll help us, and we have another gentleman, but not everybody has that.
Other community members like Bruce Beatles say the city of Springfield should offer solutions for debris pickup and not make people pay for it.
This hit on the north side. Hardworking people who probably don't have a lot of resources, and they've lost their groceries. They're paying to have trees cut up. They're having to take time off of work. And here they are having to go out and pay to have that debris dumped.
I believe they charge us $25.50 every time we go out there. And just one house alone, it could be 3 or 4 or 5 loads at $25.50 a load. A lot of people don't, it's a huge cost.
Today, the city of Springfield announced it is going to waive those fees starting Friday and will accept brush at no cost until further notice at both of its locations. The Yard Waste Recycling Center on South Farm Road 119 will take small loads of tree limbs and brush, and the Noble Hills Sanitary Landfill on West Farm Road 34 will take larger trees. But Beatles says a plan should have been in place before today.
You would think after the ice storm several years ago that the city of Springfield would understand the importance of having a plan in place that could be implemented and communicated effectively within a couple hours of a storm.
Still ahead, Pitt State and Missouri Southern softball play their first games of the MIAA tournament. And 15th ranked PSU baseball begins its final series of the regular season. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
Spectacle as the midget wrestling warriors storm into the Peoria Showplace at Buffalo Run Casino and Resort Saturday.
See your Mocan Chevy dealer today.
The quarterfinal round of the MIAA softball tournament gets started today at Fort Hays State, and both the Gorillas and Lions are in action. Missouri Southern lives to fight another day. The Lions take care of Central Missouri 9-5 in their tournament opener this afternoon. Katie Gray and Carson Tinkler each hit a home run for Southern, who will now face the regular season conference champ and #1 seed Central Oklahoma in the semifinals tomorrow. Pittsburgh State advances to the semis as well. Gorillas trailed Missouri Western 6-3, but scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 6th, then hold on for a 10-7 victory. That sets up a battle between PSU and Rogers State in the conference semis tomorrow. The Gorillas lost both of the regular season matchups against RSU. Here's why the conference tournament is especially important for both PSU and Southern. These are the most recent regional rankings, and the top 8 teams from this list will earn a berth in the NCAA tournament. If the season were to end today, the Gorillas and Lions would each make it. Pitt State is currently the 5 seed, and after their sweep of PSU over the weekend, the Lions are the 6. Pitt State and Missouri Southern baseball in similar spots to their softball counterparts. Here's a look at the baseball regional rankings. Southern down in the 10th spot. Lions really need to finish strong to sneak into the NCAA tournament. PSU holds the 2 seed, which means the Gorillas are in line to host a regional. They've still got a few regular season games left. Pitt State baseball begins a home series tonight against Arkansas Fort Smith. In the second, the Lions have a runner on second, no outs, and they line one to deep left. Jake Skaggs makes the catch on the warning track, turns around and fires a rocket over towards third, where Hayden Dyer tags the runner out for a 7-5 double play. In the third, it's still 0-0 with 2 runners on. Ricky Sanchez lines one to the opposite field. 2 runners score on that double, and it's 2-0. Later in the frame, Dyer drops one into the gap. Another run will score, and he hustles into second with a double. Next batter, Caden Williams. He singles into right field. 2 more runs will come in to score. It's 6-0 PSU. In the 5th, it's 8-3. Williams back up, and he lasers one into the left field gap. The Gorilla hit parade continues, and Pitt State has now won 4 in a row. The Gorillas take down the Lions 14-4 after just 8 innings. Missouri Southern baseball wins as well. Lions take down Northeastern State 4-3 in extras. Cy Darnell comes through with the game-winning RBI single in the top of the 10th. Leif Holtain slammed the door in the bottom of the inning. Southern has won 3 in a row. Now to Major League Baseball. Royals down in Tampa trying to finish off a series sweep of the Rays. In the top of the 5th, they're tied at 1 until this 2-run homer from Bobby Witt Jr., who extends his hit streak to 22 games. That's the longest in the major leagues. Later in the 5th, Salvi Perez crushes one to straightaway center off the wall. A run will score, and he slides in safely at second with an RBI double. Same inning, it's now 4-1 Royals. Bases are loaded. Bobby Witt Jr. back at the plate, and he gets hit by a pitch that forces in a run. Then one batter later, with it now 5-1, Vinny Pasquantino. Well, he comes through, knocks it into left center. 2 more runs come in to score, and the Royals beat the Rays 8-2. They've now won 9 of their last 10 games. That's it for sports. We're back right after this.
Southwest Missouri Bank began over 45 years ago with a mission that goes beyond.
Well, of course, more thunderstorms in here late tonight and to kick off your Friday in the morning. High temp at 70 degrees, but look at the weekend. Looks fantastic. 66 Saturday, 67 on Sunday, 71 on Monday. We stay in the 70s all next week, but thunderstorm chances back in through the middle of next week.
Love and look at that weekend. Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOIM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, absolutely free of charge. Never know when you're going to need it, but when you need it, you really need it. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOIM Skywatch weather app. Final sports notes.
Want to give a shout out to the Fairland slow pitch softball team. The Lady Owls punched their ticket to the state tournament today after finishing as the regional runner-up.
All right, good for the Owls. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.